You finally did it. You saved your first $1,000, and now you're sitting there wondering, what do I actually do with this money? Should I invest it? Where do I invest it? What if I lose it all? Here's the truth. That $1,000 in your hand right now is either going to sit there losing value to inflation, or it's going to become the seed that grows into your financial future. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to plant that seed for maximum growth. I'm Finn, and on this channel, Smart Money and Finance Guide, we break down complex investing into simple, actionable steps. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to put your first $1,000, how to do it safely, and how to set yourself up for long-term wealth. No confusing jargon, no overwhelming options, just a clear, step-by-step plan. Let's get started. Step 1. Before you invest a single dollar, we need to check your financial foundation. I know you're excited to start investing, but investing without a foundation is like building a house on sand. One storm and everything collapses. Here are the 3 things you must have in place first. Number 1, no high-interest debt. If you have credit card debt charging you 18 or 22% interest, pay that off before investing. Why? Because no investment consistently beats 20% returns. You'll lose more on the debt than you'll gain on the investment. Number 2, a basic emergency fund. You need at least $500 to $1,000 in a savings account for emergencies. This prevents you from having to sell your investments at the worst possible time just because your car broke down. Number 3, stable income. You should have a reliable source of income coming in. If your income is unstable right now, focus on building that stability first. Okay, if you have those 3 things covered, you're ready to invest your first $1,000. Let's move to step 2. Step 2, choose the right investment account. This is where beginners get confused. There are different types of accounts, and picking the right one makes a huge difference. Let me break down your 3 main options. Option 1, Roth IRA. This is my top recommendation for most beginners. Here's why it's powerful. You contribute money you've already paid taxes on. That money grows completely tax-free inside the account, and when you retire, you withdraw it completely tax-free. No taxes on decades of growth. The catch? You can only contribute up to $7,000 per year, and you can't touch the earnings without penalty until you're 59 and a half. But for long-term wealth building, this is the most powerful account type available. Option 2, traditional IRA. Similar to Roth, but reversed. You get a tax deduction now when you contribute. Your money grows tax-deferred, but you pay taxes when you withdraw in retirement. This is better if you're in a high tax bracket now and expect to be in a lower one in retirement. Option 3, taxable brokerage account. This is the most flexible. No contribution limits, no age restrictions. You can access your money anytime. The downside, you pay taxes on your gains when you sell. For your first $1,000, I recommend starting with a Roth IRA if you're eligible. It gives you the best long-term tax advantage. If you're not eligible, go with a taxable brokerage account. Step 3, pick your investment platform. You need a place to actually open your account and buy investments. The good news, this is easier than ever. Here's what to look for in a platform. 0 commission trading. You shouldn't pay fees to buy and sell. No account minimums. Many platforms now let you start with any amount. Fractional shares. This is crucial. It lets you buy portions of expensive stocks. Instead of needing $3,000 to buy one share, you can invest your $1,000 across multiple investments. User-friendly interface. If the platform is confusing, you won't use it. Popular beginner-friendly platforms include names you've probably heard. Do your research and pick one that feels right for you. Most offer the features I just mentioned. Opening an account takes about 10 minutes. You'll need your social security number, bank account information, and basic personal details. Once your account is open, transfer your $1,000 in. Now you're ready for the most important step. Step 4, what to actually buy with your $1,000. This is the question that keeps beginners up at night, and I'm going to give you the simple answer that investment professionals use. For your first $1,000, invest in a low-cost total market index fund or S&P 500 index fund. Let me explain why this is the smartest choice for beginners. An index fund is a collection of hundreds or thousands of stocks bundled together. When you buy one share of an S&P 500 index fund, you instantly own tiny pieces of 500 of America's largest companies. You're instantly diversified. If one company fails, it barely affects you because you own 499 others. You're betting on the entire economy growing, not on picking the right individual stock. And historically, the economy grows over time. The S&P 500 has averaged about 10% annual returns over the past 50 years. Some years it's up 30%, some years it's down 20%. But zoom out over decades, the trend is undeniable. Consistent, long-term growth. Here's the specific ticker symbols to look for. For S&P 500 index funds, VOO, SPY, or IVV. For total market index funds, VTI or ITOT. These are all excellent choices with extremely low fees. Pick one and invest your full $1,000. Step 5. Understand your timeline. This is crucial. Your $1,000 investment is not for next month's rent or next year's vacation. This money is for your future. Minimum 5 years, ideally 10 years or longer. Why does timeline matter? Because the stock market is volatile in the short term, but remarkably consistent in the long term. If you might need this money next year, investing in stocks is too risky. But if you can leave it invested for a decade or more, history shows you'll very likely come out ahead. Let me show you the math. $1,000 invested at an average 10% return becomes approximately $1,600 in 5 years, $2,600 in 10 years, $6,700 in 20 years, and over $17,000 in 30 years. Time is your most powerful investing tool. The longer you leave it invested, the more it grows. Step 6. Set up automatic monthly contributions. Your first $1,000 is just the beginning. The real wealth comes from consistently adding to it month after month. Even if you can only add $50 or $100 per month, automate it. Set up a recurring transfer from your bank account to your investment account. Then set up automatic purchases of your chosen index fund. Same day, every month, same amount. No thinking required. Here's why this is powerful. $1,000 invested once grows to about $17,000 in 30 years, but $1,000 plus just $100 per month grows to over $200,000 in 30 years. That's the power of consistent contributions. Your initial investment matters, but your ongoing contributions matter even more. Step 7. Know what to do when the market crashes. Notice I said when, not if. Market crashes are not failures. They're features of how investing works, and your response to them determines your success. Every single market crash in history has been followed by recovery and new highs. Every single one. The 2008 financial crisis, fully recovered within 4 years. The 2020 pandemic crash, recovered within 5 months. The pattern always repeats. Crash, panic, recovery, new highs. When the market crashes and your $1,000 temporarily becomes $700, do not panic, do not sell. If anything, this is when you should be most excited to invest because everything is on sale. The investors who get rich are the ones who stay calm when everyone else is panicking. Your job during a crash is simple. Hold, keep investing, wait for recovery. That's it. Step 8. Avoid these deadly beginner mistakes. I've seen these destroy countless first-time investors. Don't let them destroy you. Mistake 1. Trying to pick individual stocks instead of index funds. You're competing against professionals with supercomputers and teams of analysts. With your first $1,000, stick to index funds. Mistake 2. Checking your portfolio every day. This creates anxiety and leads to emotional decisions. Check monthly or quarterly at most. Mistake 3. Selling when the market drops. This locks in your losses and prevents you from benefiting from the recovery. Mistake 4. Following hot stock tips from social media. By the time something is trending, you're already too late. Mistake 5. Investing money you'll need within a year. Only invest money you can leave invested for at least 5 years. Step 9. Track your progress without obsessing. There's a balance here. You want to be aware of your investments, but you don't want to check them constantly. Set a quarterly review schedule. Every 3 months, check in on your investments. Look at your balance, review your contributions, celebrate your progress. But that's it, 4 times per year. This keeps you informed without creating the anxiety that comes from daily checking.
Celebrate your milestones: when you hit your first $5,000 invested, when your portfolio grows to $10,000, when you've been investing consistently for 1 full year. These celebrations keep you motivated for the long journey ahead. Step 10. Scale up as your income grows. Your first $1,000 is just the foundation. As your career progresses and your income increases, increase your investments too. Every time you get a raise, increase your automatic investment by at least half of that raise. Got a $200 monthly raise? Increase your investing by $100. You still get to enjoy some of the raise, but you're also dramatically accelerating your wealth building. This scaling strategy can cut years or even decades off your wealth building timeline. The combination of your initial investment, consistent monthly additions, and periodic increases creates unstoppable momentum. Now let me show you the bigger picture. Your $1,000 today
Is not just money, it's a decision. It's the decision to take control of your financial future. Most people will spend their first $1,000. A new phone, a weekend trip, clothes they don't need. Those things provide temporary happiness, but investing that $1,000 provides something far more valuable. It provides options, security, freedom. And here's what nobody tells you. The $1,000 isn't even the most important part. The most important part is becoming the kind of person who invests their first $1,000. Because that person will invest their next $1,000, and the next, and the next. You're not just building wealth, you're building yourself. Let's recap the complete plan for investing your first $1,000. Step 1. Make sure your foundation is solid. No high-interest debt, basic emergency fund, stable income. Step 2. Choose the right account type. Roth IRA is best for most beginners. Step 3. Pick a beginner-friendly platform with zero commissions and fractional shares. Step 4. Invest in a low-cost S&P 500 or total market index fund. Step 5. Commit to a long-term timeline of at least 5 years, ideally much longer. Step 6. Set up automatic monthly contributions to build on your initial investment. Step 7. Stay calm during market crashes and keep investing. Step 8. Avoid the 5 deadly beginner mistakes. Step 9. Track progress quarterly without obsessing. Step 10. Scale up your investments as your income grows. This is your complete blueprint. You now know more about investing your first $1,000 than 95% of people ever will. The only question is, will you actually do it? If you found this guide valuable, subscribe to Smart Money and Finance Guide. We break down investing, wealth building, and financial freedom into simple, actionable steps you can actually use. Drop a comment below. What's your biggest question about investing your first $1,000? I read and reply to help you on your journey. Your $1,000 investment journey starts today. Not tomorrow, not next month. Today. Take action. Build your future. I'll see you in the next video.